Hi everyone, welcome back to One Touch BI. My name is Saravanan Vajravar and today I'll be teaching you all how to install Cognos 11.1.6 on Windows platform. Windows provides the graphical user interface that enables you to install seamlessly without moving into the command shell. Let's quickly head over to the system. Here you will find three files. The .exe is the installer file, and then you have another two files. The first file, what you see in the screen, CA underscore client, it's a framework manager metadata modeling tool used for your modeling data. And the third one is CA server, that is Cognos server 11.1.6 binary file. We'll be seeing in detail today how to install IBM Cognos BI server with the zip file what we have. Now you right click on the .exe file, run as administrator, click S to accept the warning. It will now unpack all the installer required to start your installation window. Let's wait for a few seconds. Here you go, you're done. Choose the installation language, default English, click next. You need to provide the repository location. The repository location is nothing but the one you see in the background, the CA server 11.1.6. That zip file is the repository where it is going to unpack the installation files found for your Cognos 11.1.6. So let's provide the path of your zip file of your BI server repository. Choose the zip file of BI server and click open. Now you're good. Now click next. We are going to install IBM Cognos Analytics and not the other lifecycle manager and other tools. So let's go with IBM Cognos Analytics radio button. Accept the license by checking the checkbox. Click next. Choose your installation location. In general, in Windows version, 64-bit installation will go and reside under program files. As I'm going to install 11.1.6, I want to make a unique name. So what I do, I'll provide analytics underscore 11.1.6. This indicates it's 11.1.6, and shortcut allows the special character, so I can provide proper 11.1.6 and make shortcut visible to all users. Now you're going to install the complete version of IBM Cognos. If you're a first time installer, I would recommend go for easy install because it comes with inbuilt Informix database used for the content DB. If you're not a first time installer, if in case you install already Informix DB, it won't allow you to install. In my case, I have already installed IBM Cognos previous version, so Informix DB exists. That's why I get this message. It's fine. Now you can go on custom installation since Informix DB already exists. Going with custom version, you will not find the Informix DB shipped by default. You need to leverage the third-party content DB. The third-party content DB like SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, MySQL. So any of that we can use it. For our demo, we are going with custom installation. Choose all the three layers: content tier, application tier, gateway. since we are installing all in one single box, we should choose all of them and go next. As you see, IBM Cognos is a heavyweight software. It's going to take 9 GB of your disk space in the system, so make sure you have enough disk space. Click next. Proceed install. Now it's going to unpack all your installation prerequisite files. As you see in the back end, you can see that the files are getting installed. That means it's getting added to the Cogroot location. I must say over here, in case of IBM Cognos 10x and 8x, you need to install the samples separately, whereas the sample contains the Go Sales package, etc. But going with IBM Cognos 11, you don't need to install separately samples. It comes inbuilt with Cognos 11, so you don't have to go outside the Cognos 11 to download and install. It's a good move from IBM Cognos. In another couple of minutes, the installation will be completed. Let's wait. Now it's done. Make sure everything is fine. Click done. Now we have completed the installation of Cognos. The very first step is completed. Now we need to start the IBM Cognos configuration and configure all the prerequisite URL information that is pretty much required for accessing your Cognos URL from gateway. So start the IBM configuration from the start menu. Click on IBM Cognos configuration. Proceed with yes. It opens up your Cognos configuration window. Maximize the window for better readability. Now I'm going to detail out what are the things we are going to make modification. We are pretty much going to modify the 70% information under environment section. Under environment, you have the three important categories: gateway setting, dispatcher setting, and other URI settings. Gateway setting is the one which you will use from the Chrome browser or any browser to hit the Cognos connection URL. So make sure your host name is replaced. In my case is onetouchbi.acr.com. You need to repeat this for remaining all URLs. Wherever the host name is required, replace it with the Cognos BA server host name. Just repeat the same for controller URI, dispatcher URI for external application, and content manager URIs. As you see over here, we have report server execution mode set to 32-bit default. I want to retain this because until Cognos 10x, we were supporting the data source connection for both OCI as well as JDBC. In case of JDBC, we can leverage with 64-bit, but in case of 32-bit, that is anything which you are leveraging with on-premise data source connection or client-based data source connection, the client utility should be installed in their local BA server location. In that case, you need to go with 32-bit. In order to support both 32-bit and 64-bit, we are going to enable the 32-bit over here. That's the advantage of going with 32-bit. If in case you use the data source connection with JDBC specific, it will use this JDBC specific driver In that case, it will automatically switch to the 64-bit mode. If you're not using a JDBC connection, it will leverage the 32-bit. So we are good over here. Let's move on to the next section if anywhere we need to modify. No changes required under login. If in case you have more than one Cognos instance in the same box, of course you need to modify all the logging port numbers and the BA service port number, the default what we have 9300, all you have to change with one number increase. Under IBM Cognos service, I want to change the ping timeout in seconds. In general, when you try to access the IBM Cognos URL, if it is not timely responded, it will wait for the default 240 seconds. If anything which is not responded within the 240 seconds, it will throw the error message. To avoid the error message, what we do now is we will increase the number to 300 seconds. We are going to increase 1 minute additional. 5 minutes is quite sufficient. Let's move on to the next portal services. Wherever you see the local host or any other host name, you make it to the consistent name, that is onetouchbi.acr.com. In my case, it will differ for your organization and your personal laptop. We'll move on to that security. Under authentication, we have the default timeout is 3600. I want to increase this to 7200, just double it. The reason is when you're configuring any LDAP authentication, if your LDAP server is not responding on a timely manner, it will throw the authentication error. To avoid that error, it's good to have that increased timeout in seconds. Let's change it to 7200. As I have not configured any LDAP authentication, I will go with default anonymous authentication. That means when I access the Cognos URL, it won't prompt me to sign in. I will be logging in with anonymous. I will come up with another video for configuring how to configure LDAP authentication with Apache Directory Studio. So here you see cryptography information. Under cryptography, there was some default server name. So let's change it back to the Cognos host name. And similarly on the DNS name, make sure you change the right name over here. Next, we will move on data access, the content manager configuration. Since I was not going with the default Informix DB, I need to drop the existing content store, that is DB2, which is unconfigured. So I'm going to configure now with Oracle. Choose the Oracle as a type, Oracle database, and provide the content manager name CM. It can be any name. And here we need to provide the database server, host and port, followed by the remaining details. So before that, I need to create in the backend, I have to create one dedicated user schema for keeping all my metadata repository. So what I do, I will go to my Oracle database with the system password. And here I am going to create a new schema called CM1701 and the version number, it is 1116. So here is the syntax: create username identified by password, and the password I'm going to provide just for the easy remembrance Cognos. Now I will run the statement so that the new user schema got created for our content manager use. Let's execute. It got executed. Now the second step is to grant the DBA privilege in order to perform any create, modify or delete operation in the table. When you start the Cognos configuration, obviously Cognos will go back to the database what you created, CM17011116. It will go and connect to the DB and create all the prerequisite metadata tables. It will be around 100 plus tables. It will go and create at the runtime. So we have executed the grant DBA privilege for performing that operation and it got succeeded. Let's switch back to the Cognos configuration window. Before that, we need to copy all the prerequisite jar files required for accessing the Oracle database. Here is the list of jar files I maintain because I'm going to work on Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL and DB2. In your case, if you are just connected with Oracle and working with only Oracle, keeping only OJDBC 8.jar is enough. The remaining jar files are not required. If in case you are going to work with all other database vendors, I would recommend to keep all that jar files. Now you copy all those jar files to the location cogroot/drivers. So here I'm going to paste it. This is the place where your Cognos configuration will look for these driver files. If your driver files are not there, then your Cognos authentication for the database connection will be failed. Now we have copied all the jar files. Let's switch back to the Cognos configuration window and provide the host name. Here is my host name is, as you see in the screen, and the username password, the one what we created, it is CM1701_1116. Do you guys remember the password what I provided? It is Cognos. A simple handy password. Click OK. And here is my SID is ORA167C. We are good. Now you can right click, test the connection. I'm going to encounter error over here. The reason is I have copied all the jar files after I open up the Cognos configuration and initiated. Since I did it in a reverse way, you got the error message. Now clicking on details will let you know what exactly the message you got it. It shows very clear the jar files it is not able to load. You got the reason, right? We copied the jar file after we launched the Cognos configuration, so you're getting this message. Now let's close this Cognos configuration and reopen the configuration because you already copied. Now when you reopen, it will start load all the drivers before it launches the configuration window. So before that, whatever settings I did, I don't want to lose it, so I'm saving the settings. Click close. Now you can exit from this window. It thinks that all configuration is done. You want to start the service. No, we are not done. We have to reload the configuration and then restart. So now let's open again Cognos configuration. Since all the jar files are already there in the base location, in the cog root, we are good. Now we need to quickly check all our settings are in place or not. So let's randomly check all the configuration settings what we did in the past. It looks good all. So now I will go and restart the content manager connection. Since I have already provided all the required information for the content DB, you can simply click on test. Since we provided all required content DB information, you can click on next. This time it should not throw the error message since we have all the prerequisite jar files in the place. Yes, that's true. You didn't get any error message. We are good. Now we can start the complete Cognos BI service with the play icon that you see in the top left. Click on that. Now it will start the IBM Cognos BI service since you've done all the required settings in place. Now it will start applying all the changes, and at the runtime it will go and create all the metadata repository tables that is required for starting the IBM Cognos connection. If you have database access, you can just switch back to the Oracle database terminal and start seeing that the data tables are created or not. You can see over here there are hundreds of tables got created under the newly created instance. This gives the indication that your IBM Cognos service is starting successfully. So as you see the final tick mark, it is started. We are good. We don't see any error message. Everything is fine. Click close. Now you can close this window since everything is started. Let's launch the Chrome browser. Hit your Cognos URL, that is onetouchbi.com. Sorry, it's onetouchbi.acr.com. And my port number is 9300. I went with default port number, so I'm good. And in the end, make sure you are providing BI/. The moment you see this, the round icon, that means your Cognos is up and running and it's starting the instance. Now you got the smooth interface of Cognos 11.1.6, the latest version. You can see the version, what is the version you have installed by clicking on About. It shows that it's 11.1.6. Close the button. With this, I'm going to end the session. Today we learned how to install IBM Cognos 11.1.6 on Windows platform and many other things. I'll come back with another video. Till then, it is Sarunan Vajravel signing off from OneTouch BI.